The marketplace buzzed, donkeys brayed, vendors hawked, the aroma of spices filled the air. It was a scene of bustling life, yet one woman felt utterly alone. For 12 long years she had been trapped in a prison of her own body, her lifeblood slowly draining away. She had spent all she had on physicians, but they offered no cure, only empty promises. She had heard whispers of a healer, a man named Jesus. They said he performed miracles, that the sick were made well and the lame could walk. A flicker of hope, so faint it was almost extinguished, sparked within her. Could this Jesus be the answer to her desperate prayers?
She had to reach him. Pushing past indifferent shoppers, ignoring the stares and whispers that followed her, she inched closer to the source of the commotion, her heart pounding in her chest.
12 years, 12 years of pain, of isolation, of shame. The woman could barely remember a time when her body hadn't felt like a burden, a source of endless sorrow. She had almost given up hope, resigned to a life lived in the shadows. But the whispers about Jesus had ignited something deep within her soul. Could this be the miracle she had longed for all these years? The thought sent a surge of adrenaline through her weakened body. She clung to it with the desperation of a drowning man grasping at a lifeline.
If only I can touch his cloak, she thought, her heart pounding. The crowd pressed in, a sea of bodies separating her from her only hope. Still, she pushed forward, fueled by a desperate faith.
Finally she saw him, Jesus, surrounded by a throng of people, his head bent in compassion as he listened to a plea. He radiated an aura of peace and power that drew her in like a beacon in a storm. With the last of her strength, the woman surged forward, reaching out a trembling hand. Her fingertips brushed against the edge of his garment, a simple linen cloth. In that instant, she felt a jolt surge through her body. The bleeding stopped. Years of suffering vanished in a heartbeat. She felt whole, clean, renewed.
Tears welled up in her eyes, tears of joy and overwhelming gratitude. She wanted to shout, to dance, to sing her thanks to the heavens. But she was also afraid. Would he be angry that she had touched him, an unclean woman? She tried to melt back into the crowd, her heart still pounding in her chest.
Who touched me?
Jesus' voice rang out, stopping the woman in her tracks. He turned, his gaze sweeping over the crowd until it landed on her. There was no condemnation in his eyes, only compassion and understanding.
Trembling, the woman fell to her knees before him, her face a mask of tears. She poured out her story, her voice thick with emotion, confessing her touch, her desperation, her miraculous healing.
A hush fell over the crowd as they listened, their faces a mixture of awe and anticipation.
Jesus smiled down at her, his eyes filled with warmth. "Daughter," he said, his voice gentle yet strong, "your faith has healed you. Go in peace."
A collective gasp rippled through the stunned crowd. They had witnessed a miracle, and in the woman's healing they glimpsed the boundless love and power of Jesus, the one they called Messiah.
Wow, did you see that?
It's unbelievable. Truly a miracle.